I gotta tell
Hi
you,
guys,
you bastard!
welcome to Danny Talks Arsenal. As you can see, I'm still all smiles from our big statement win against Nando's FC yesterday. Yeah, it was a big statement win. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to the next one. But as promised, I said I was going to share my top 11 from yesterday's game and also 5 things I've learned from yesterday's game. Starting as number one, Gyokeres is indeed a little striker. I've always had a high expectation of the guy. I knew he was an elite striker and a big stand-up guy. He's a big team player. I knew he was going to find form, and I'm glad he's finding his form towards the end of the season. At number two, Eze hates Tottenham. Look, I'm telling you, this guy has not really been performing really well since his last game against Tottenham and the FA Cup, and then he comes in to this game, Tottenham away, and he was on his route to another hat trick again. And he's on the same during this same fixture. He's had the same amount of goals with Thierry Henry. I think the only person that has the most amount of goals in the same fixture, I think, should be County Cazola and Sanchez. Yeah, I'll look that up. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty much sure of Henry's. Moving on, I'll say London is red. Yeah, I don't want to hear anything from any Tottenham Hotspurs fan ever again, at least throughout the season or till the next, because this is a big statement win, home and away, 4-1, and, that says so much about it already. Thirdly, Mosquera is Mr. Reliable. I mean, he came on yesterday for Timber after Timber picked up the yellow card, and he had a stand-up performance, 6 out of 6 duels. It's amazing. He always turns up and is always reliable in these positions, either at right back or at central back. And I'm very happy that we brought him in during the transfer market. Arsenal has at fifth. Arsenal has defeated the 3 Tottenham managers over the past 3 seasons. Starting with Postecoglou. I can't really pronounce that guy's name for shit, but I think you know who I'm talking about. Thomas Frank, and then this new guy. It's like I said, it's a statement for Spurs. I mean, yesterday you could see them leaving the arena before the game was even over. It was almost empty, you know. And those are the 5 things I've learned from yesterday. Moving on to player ratings. Here are my top 11. Here are my 11 from 1 to 11, basically. I'll start off with Timber at number 11 because Timber is a great player. In fact, he's played throughout the season. He's played out his shins, basically. But this guy is just fatigued. You get what I mean? And you could see that he was losing the balls in losing the balls towards in our final third, and also struggling a bit up until he got the yellow card, and which had him subbed off. The guy is just tired. Moving on to number 10, I'll give it to Zubimendi. Same thing. He's been playing. Like I said during my previous video, I would have still fielded Zubimendi, even though I know he's fatigued in such a game. But I was also hoping that maybe Arteta would have brought in Norgard at some point, especially when we're like 3-2-1 up or 3 goals up already. He could have still brought in Norgard. But Zumbi is tired. I'm hoping that forthcoming games, Arteta will probably field a Norgard in that role. Moving on to number 9, I'll give it to Trossard. Trossard, he dribbled too much yesterday. He worked so hard at the same time. He was being selfish, and but still he put up a good performance, and I'll give him a 9. And Raya, I'll give him an 8. I'll put Raya at number 8 because that save was outstanding. I know he's going for the Golden Globes, but Raya for me is the best keeper in the world presently. I know he has his bad days when he's caught off guard and things like that. But yesterday, both his reflexes and his instincts are very sharp. I mean, look at that goal. That ball was basically across the line, and he used his golden tiger claw and pushed the ball out before he went in behind the net. So I'll give it to him for that number. Gabriel will be next on my list. He had a good defensive performance apart from the sloppy goal from Spurs. I think Gabriel put in a good shift. So did Saliba coming in next. Saliba did well as well. Put in a good shift yesterday. In fact, Saliba this season has really improved in terms of he has this line crossing passes he does. He knows how to break through defenses, through the mid. He even comes in centrally nowadays, and he's beginning to really, not that he never had confidence, but his confidence is beginning to get to another level, and so I'll give it to him. Next on the list will be Nkapi. That guy, he's like a Spartan, man. Nkapi is a determined, defender, and he doesn't let any ball get past him. He really put in a good shift yesterday. I know I actually wanted Califury to be featured, but I'm still glad I'm still glad at the outcome of the game, having played in Capi instead of Califury, and he deserved it actually. Um, Coming on next will be Saka for me. Saka played well. If you're really thinking about Saka in terms of only goals, that means you're really missing out. Saka had so much ball contributions in that final third, even on transition. He had so much touches in that box. He was a threat throughout the game up until he was subbed for Noni. Saka had a good performance. Yeah, he would have easily had 2 or 3 goals yesterday, but still he put on a good performance overall, and I'll give it to him for that. My next will be AZE. AZ had a very good game yesterday. I'm so happy for the guy, especially the fact that he came in and that he always turns up during the games like this in London Derby, and he had a fantastic game. He could have easily actually also scored um, a, he had a hat trick yesterday as well, but no, he didn't. So, but the 2 goals were enough, and I'll actually give it to him. He had an amazing game, so I'll give it to him. And before I call my number one game, which we all know, my number one player, which we all know, I just want to mention the substitutes, which are Mosquera. He did well, Mr. Reliable. Odegaard, yeah, he had an assist. He came on and gave the assist to Gyokeres toward the end. Madueke, yeah, he started that assist he started that Gyokeres transition into the goal. And Martinelli was just being Martinelli, and was just being Martinelli. He didn't really have any strong impact in yesterday's game. But I still believe in Martinelli. He's a good player. I like his runs. I like the times. I prefer him coming in as a substitute during big games because he runs against tired legs, which sometimes catches the defenders off guard. And finally, my number one player for yesterday will be Victor Gyokeres. Amazing guy. He really deserved it. He has had so much blast from pundits, from pundits, and from even some Arsenal fans calling him out and all that. But I always told everybody to be patient with this guy. He's going to find form, and he's going to find form towards the end of the season, which is beginning to show now. He's had about 7 goal contribution in his past 5 games. It's amazing, and the guy is doing well. And then let's look forward to the next one, and let's back our team to win this Premiership. Regardless of whatever the media or media is saying, let's get this across the line. So I'm actually rooting for the team and looking forward to the next one. Don't forget to follow, like, and always share a comment or two. I'm still growing the channel. I appreciate your support, and you guys stay safe and have a great week. Cheers.